Hollywood is no stranger to rumors, feuds, and on-set drama. But when those whispers involve two of the biggest names from Euphoria, fans take notice. Recently, the internet has been buzzing with claims that Zendaya is refusing to work with Sydney Sweeney, her co-star on the hit HBO series. Add in talks of flirting with Tom Holland and behind-the-scenes tension, and you've got a story that has everyone wondering what's really going on in the Euphoria universe. So, is there actual bad blood between Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney? Or is this just another case of social media turning rumors into facts? Let's break down everything we know, the truth, the speculation, and the Hollywood politics in between. When Euphoria first aired in 2019, Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney instantly became two of the show's biggest stars. Zendaya, already known from Spider-Man and The Greatest Showman, stunned audiences with her raw portrayal of Rue, a troubled teen battling addiction. Sydney Sweeney, on the other hand, captivated fans as Cassie, whose emotional struggles and romantic chaos became central to the show's second season. On screen, their characters rarely clashed, but off-screen, things seemed to have taken a different turn. Reports began surfacing in late 2024 that Zendaya had allegedly refused to do joint press appearances with Sydney ahead of Euphoria's much-anticipated third season. Several entertainment outlets claimed that tensions between the two had been brewing for months, with one report suggesting that Zendaya didn't want to share the spotlight with Sydney, who's been gaining massive attention for her roles in Anyone But You and Immaculate. But fans who know Zendaya's calm, grounded personality were quick to question that narrative. After all, Zendaya has always maintained a reputation for professionalism and grace. So what really sparked this alleged tension? The most repeated theory has nothing to do with Euphoria's script, but rather with politics. In 2022, Sydney Sweeney came under fire after photos from her mother's birthday party surfaced online. The images featured guests wearing Make America Great Again hats and other symbols tied to conservative politics. While Sydney denied having any political agenda, the internet was quick to label her a supporter of controversial ideologies. Zendaya, on the other hand, has been very open about her progressive beliefs and her advocacy for racial equality and social justice. According to sources close to the show, those opposing views may have created a quiet rift between the two actresses. One outlet claimed Zendaya wanted to avoid public appearances that could draw questions about politics or distract from the show itself. Whether that's true or not, it definitely added fuel to the idea that the Euphoria set wasn't as harmonious as it looked on screen. Euphoria has been plagued by delays, creative disputes, and casting complications. HBO originally planned to release Season 3 in 2025, but it's been pushed back multiple times. Part of that, insiders say, comes from scheduling conflicts. Both Zendaya and Sydney have incredibly busy careers outside the series. Zendaya, who also serves as an executive producer, reportedly has significant creative input in the show's direction. Sydney, meanwhile, has been vocal about wanting Cassie to have more depth and independence in future storylines. While that's completely normal in a high-profile production, some tabloids have exaggerated these creative discussions into full-blown feuds. In reality, both women are just strong-minded artists navigating one of the most complex TV productions in recent memory. Still, Hollywood thrives on drama, and even small disagreements can turn into viral headlines overnight. Now let's talk about the Spider-Man in the room, Tom Holland. Zendaya and Tom's relationship has been one of the most adored in Hollywood. Their chemistry both on and off screen is undeniable, and fans can't get enough of their cute red carpet moments and private but sweet interactions. But recently, online gossip blogs began suggesting that Sydney Sweeney was flirting with Tom Holland, supposedly causing tension between her and Zendaya. So where did that come from? It all started with social media speculation. Sydney had shared admiration for Tom in a few interviews, calling him a brilliant actor and a genuine person. Fans twisted that compliment into something more, claiming Zendaya wasn't pleased about it. However, there's no actual proof of any inappropriate behavior or real conflict involving Tom. Those close to the Spider-Man star say he and Zendaya are stronger than ever. And the flirting rumors are simply clickbait spun out of friendly admiration. Here's the truth. No official statement from HBO Zendaya, or Sydney confirms that Zendaya has refused to work with her co-star. What we do know is that Zendaya reportedly avoided doing certain joint interviews, possibly for image control reasons. That's not uncommon. Major stars often handle press appearances separately to manage schedules or control narratives. It's also possible that both actresses are keeping a respectful distance while focusing on their separate careers. After all, Sydney's production company, 50/50 Films, has been booming, while Zendaya's schedule is packed with global film projects and fashion collaborations. So while tension might exist, it's far from the dramatic fallout tabloids are portraying. Think of it as a professional cooling off, not an all-out war. When you strip away the gossip, what remains are two incredibly talented women navigating fame, politics, and the pressure of public perception. Zendaya has grown from a Disney star into an Emmy-winning powerhouse, breaking barriers for young women of color in Hollywood. Sydney Sweeney has fought her own battles, challenging stereotypes and proving she's more than just a pretty face on screen. It's easy for the internet to pit successful women against each other, especially in an industry that still loves to create rivalries where none truly exist. Both Zendaya and Sydney have faced relentless scrutiny, and sometimes silence is their way of protecting peace. So is Zendaya refusing to work with Sydney Sweeney? Not officially. There may be creative and personal differences, maybe even a little tension, but nothing confirmed or catastrophic. And as for the flirting with Tom Holland part, that's pure fanfiction. Tom and Zendaya remain one of Hollywood's most stable young couples, and Sydney has made it clear that she respects them both professionally. In the end, Euphoria might have brought together two stars with very different energies. Zendaya's calm, grounded presence and Sydney's ambitious, outspoken personality. But that doesn't have to mean rivalry. It's more likely just the clash of two rising icons trying to maintain control over their image in a world that watches their every move. Whether this feud is fact or fiction, one thing's certain: the world will be watching when Euphoria Season 3 finally drops. Until then, fans can only hope that behind the headlines, Zendaya and Sydney can find a way to keep the magic alive,